Hi Virgo, welcome to January 2018 and Happy New Year! Woohoo! It's the new year. Well, almost. As I record this, it's still December. Now, here in the new year, your avatar Mercury is on the move. He jumps into Capricorn on the 4th and then he moves into Aquarius on the 24th. So that implies a lot of action for you here in January. And with the mega conjunction and major focus in your sister sign Capricorn, you're going to feel impelled or compelled to focus on your creative self-expression, your creativity. This is a wonderful time for you to plant the seeds of what you want to manifest in this new year and in the next 20-year cycle, because the first 4 months of January 2019 and the entire year of 2019 is the foundation. You're setting the foundation or the tone for what you're going to manifest in the next 20-year cycle, and that has to do with the Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn conjunction at the end of this year of 2019. So we've got a solar eclipse in Capricorn already impacting us as we go right into the new year. It goes exact on the 5th and the 6th. You'll be feeling it earlier, especially on the 4th, because Mercury will enter Capricorn. And then there is another solar eclipse in the same area, December 26th, 2019. So this is very significant to have two solar eclipses in the same area in the same year. And good for you is that Capricorn trines is harmonious energy flow with you. Now, we're talking Capricorn, we're talking Saturn. Saturn's running the show here at this new moon solar eclipse. Saturn rules Capricorn, he's in Capricorn, he's direct, so he is going to be examining and testing all of us. Just depends on where this lands in everyone's birth chart. And for you, it's in the area of creative self-expression, self-confidence, children, your inner child, knowing yourself on deep levels of this, I am this being, this is who I am, and I know who I am. Saturn might be testing that for some of you. You know, like, well, is this really me? Or do I want to be doing something else? And that is, one of the messages I have in here for you in January is, what do you really want to be doing? And what you're doing, whatever that is it worth it for you? This is the time to really think about what it is you want to map out in this entire 2019 year cycle, and what you want to see fold in the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and so on. So for some of you, it can be finding a fresh way or a fresh approach to what you monetize. So whatever you monetize, do you need a fresh approach to it? Do you need to find a fresh way to monetize your products and services, what you offer to the world? You're going to be thinking about that quite a bit in here in January. So we've got this mega conjunction, stellium in Capricorn, right as we go into the new year. Mercury in Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn, Sun and Moon in Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn, and it's a powerful focus. Now, Saturn is about strategy and self-mastery for all of us. So you're looking at your strategies of how you do what you do, how you monetize what you do, and how can you improve what you are doing in a way so that it benefits you. Now, you are in a better position than most of us because Saturn is trining you. Pluto is trining you. The Sun and the Moon and Mercury, your ruler, is going to be trining you. So this is an incredibly creative time for you. If you can keep that Saturn energy at bay, you know, the judge, the criticizing. Saturn always makes us feel like we're not good enough or we're not doing enough. And it brings out the workaholic, which can throw things out of balance, because if all we're doing is working, then we're not making our inner child happy, the soul. And then we're out of balance in some way. Now, I'm not a big one for like having total balance, because when you work the hours I work, it's kind of funny to say it, you know, like, wow, let's have balance. But you want to be feeling good. You want to be feeling healthy. You want to be feeling strong. You want to be feeling energized. You don't want these energies to take over your life and run you. You are the master of your destiny. I like to think of it as be the architect of your destiny. Design your own destiny by using the energies in a way that serve you and benefit you. North Node is in Cancer. All the planets are over there around the South Node, but the North Node, the direction in life you are to go in, is in Cancer, which means nurture you first, then other people. Nurture you first, then your work. And I really had to do that yesterday because I wanted to get in here and get these done. Christmas is coming. Would like to have a bit of a break. And I couldn't move. I was so tired. My body was like, you're not getting in that fucking chair. This is the fucking chair. And so, pardon my French. And so I couldn't work. I couldn't get in here. I had to rest. And I'm really glad I did, because, you know, I have a tendency to just like drink a lot of coffee. Like, well, I'll just drink more coffee and then I'll work. No, that wasn't even doing it. So I completely rested yesterday. I didn't do anything but rest. I got up today feeling great and energized so that I can do my job. And so, you know, when you're feeling like that, when you're feeling like you just got to stop the workaholic, stop the working, and focus on you. What do I need? What do I emotionally need? What do I physically need? Do I need to go have fun? You know, what do I need? I like chocolate. And so is figure out what you need and then do that. So there is a message in here too with you, is to really nurture yourself first and then focus on the work or focus on other people. Now Uranus moves direct on the 7th of January, and this is good news. All the planets are direct now. And I love coaching people, teaching people, training people how to launch their courses, how to launch their businesses, products and services. And the best time to launch is when all the planets are direct. So that all the planets are going to be direct from January 7th till March 6th. That's when Mercury, your ruler, your avatar, will take its first turn to retrograde. So the first planet to retrograde in 2019 will be Mercury. There's a message for you, Virgo, is step back and rethink strategy once again. But from, you know, these 2 months in here, if you're going to launch something new, this is when you do it. If you want to begin something new, this is when you do it. And I also have a great video on know when to launch using astrology on my website. You can just Google it, it'll come up. And it's all about best time to launch. I like between the new moon and full moon. But, you know, everybody has their own thing. This is just my preferences. You have to follow your own intuition and instincts as to what's right for you. Now, Venus will enter Sagittarius on the 7th, and that's really good news because Venus is meeting up with Jupiter this month, and that's absolutely blessings and fantastic, and we'll see that at the lunar eclipse in Leo. I'll talk about that in a minute. I just want to mention how, you know, the Sun is going to merge with Saturn on the 2nd, then it's going to merge with Pluto on the 11th, and then it's going to be challenged by Uranus on the 18th. And so it's a wild month. It's going to be, you know, powerful and intense. And of course Mercury follows the Sun, and so Mercury too will be, you know, meeting up with Saturn right away, and, you know, right at the eclipse. and then it'll move over and meet up with Pluto, and then meet up with Uranus. And, so you too will be going through the transformation of the intensities of Saturn, Pluto, and Uranus, and the changes that they require. Saturn is very serious and very practical. Pluto is change, or I'll change you. Uranus is surprise. Here's something you didn't think about, which can also be quite helpful to give you breakthroughs in maybe something, a fresh idea or a fresh thought that you have not foreseen for yourself. This is a month where you want to be ready for anything. And anything can happen. There's going to be a lot of important events in here for you in this month. And that's why you want to be ready. You want to be ready for action, ready for business, ready for events coming your way that you've been waiting for. And, one of the things that you want to do is rid yourself of these duties and obligations that really are not yours. Don't load yourself up with a lot of duties and obligations. Really think about, what do I want? What do I really want? And what I'm doing, is it really worth it for me? If it's not worth it for you, this is the time to shed it. Eclipses eclipse things. They end things and they begin things. They're doorways. And you want to be on the right path here and be moving in a direction that is serving you and bringing you what you want, and not just doing things because you've always done them, or doing things because you think you're supposed to be doing it. I don't know what's me with the quotes today. And so, these first 4 months of 2019 are pivotal for all of us. And this is the time for you to really think about what you want to manifest, what you want to build in the next 20-year cycle, starting today, starting right now. And eclipses are destiny, they're fate, so if something ends, that's the hand of God saying, you don't need it anymore, you don't need to be over there anymore. Or if something begins, that's the Creator saying, hey, come down this path, or try this new thing, or do it in this way. Be open to this new approach. Be open to trying something new. And that is really important here, because the universe wants you to do what you love and enjoy. That's why you're here, is to find what you love and enjoy and do it to the best of your ability. Now, and this is what I teach my students is, you're not going to get up every day and love everything about your business, especially if you're tired. So it's more about, I love what I do. If you love what you're doing, then it'll be authentic, and people will know it, and they'll be interested in your products and services. And even if you work in a company, the people that get promoted are the ones that have a good attitude, that show up and do the work and are nice to people, and are team players, and are kind and good at what they do. And that's who gets promoted. It's not the complainers and the whiners. They don't get promoted. They sit there and go, yeah, it's the same every year. Well, maybe if you had an attitude adjustment. And I've been there. I've been bad Santa. I've been, I know how you can get into it, but you can't move forward in it, because the law of attraction is always matching, and it just brings in more of the same. So if we want to change our reality, we have to change on the inside. We have to change our attitude and make that adjustment. Now, the sun will enter Aquarius on the 20th. And the next day, on the 21st, we have a total lunar eclipse in Leo. And this is the last eclipse in Leo. And for you, it's the last one in this area of behind the scenes, how you get in your own way, also it's about service because the sun is in Aquarius. And this is a powerful eclipse. They're both super powerful. But this one is a total lunar eclipse, and it's formed a grand square with Uranus very late in Aries, almost about to jump into Taurus, which it will do in March. And it's opposing the asteroid Pallas Athena in Libra. And because the Leo moon is not even 1 degree, it's right at the end of, right at the beginning of Leo, it's forming this grand square with Uranus and Venus. And it's very challenging. And there will be this sense of urgency with these eclipses. Like, I've got to take action, I've got to get things done, or I've got to get things moving, or whatever you're compelled to do, in that sense of urgency. And it is about having wise strategy. With the Capricorn solar eclipse, it is about self-mastery and building your strength in mastery, being strong within self, being strong in what you do. And also here, with the lunar eclipse in Leo, is being wise in your strategies. I mean, it's going to be a fun energy because it's going to bring a lot of excitement, and there's definitely that wild card in there. And this has more to do with your work and service. It can also be about health, so you definitely want to be nurturing you first, taking care of you, not pushing, doing what you need to do so that you are taking really good care of you and available for these important events that are going to be happening here for you in January in a very significant way. Now, Venus and Jupiter are coupling together at the time of the Leo lunar eclipse, which is really cool. And that energy, will be around for a few days, the 20th through, say, the 23rd or the 24th. And they are in positive energy flow with Mars, who's moved on into Aries, his home sign. So we've got a very happy Mars in harmony with Venus and Jupiter, which is very good for you in regards to investments. If you have a home-based business, this can be a very lucrative time for you, a very successful time for you. If you're investing in anything, investing in a new business, investing yourself into something, you can feel really productive and excited and really happy about the way things are going. Challenge comes in is Neptune is in Pisces, and Neptune is squaring Jupiter, and that goes exact on January 13th, June 16th, and September 21st. And that's going to be an energy that's very challenging. Unlike in 2018 when Jupiter was in Scorpio and they were harmonizing, it was easier to find solutions. Now with Neptune in Pisces really strong in his own sign, Jupiter in Sagittarius strong in his own sign, it's not a cooperative energy. And that means they're not talking to each other. It's kind of like Theresa May and Brexit, and she's trying to, make a solution, create the win-win for everybody, but the European Union isn't helping England, and, England is trying to, do their own thing, and it's like, people don't understand that if we're not helping each other, we all suffer, and it's affecting all the economies, or President Trump, threatening a shutdown, these are not solutions to solving problems. So, this is going to be a theme here in 2019 with our leaders, and it can happen to us too, where we just get in our camp and we're just like, no, my way is the best way, it's the only way. Well, Neptune in Pisces means sacrifice. However, for you, you got to be careful because you don't want to be in there fixating and rescuing other people. For you, you don't want to be cleaning up other people's messes. So you got to be careful. Yes, we want to be compassionate, and yes, we want to be helpful. However, you don't want to cross that codependent line where you're jumping over and helping where you're not supposed to be. That's where the person is learning self-mastery. This is a month about self-mastery. And the only way we can become self-masters is to learn how to do something. And I'm not saying don't be helpful. I'm saying is don't try to fix them, don't try to save them, don't try to rescue them, because they're learning where they're learning so that they too can become the master that Creator intends for all of us to become. It's how we get off the wheel of karma, is to become self-masters and then ascended masters. Yay! So be aware. You know, these are intense times, and January is going to be a rockin', energetic show with 2 eclipses, all the planets direct, and all of us are getting our lessons and experiences to grow us. And you don't want to be blindsided by, oh, but I can fix that for you, or I can do that for you. And then you go over there and then you don't get appreciated. You kind of get used. Then you feel abused. Then you feel neglected. And then you're mad at you. So, heads up. Be aware of January 13th, and then it's back again June 16th, and then back again September 21st. So this energy is going to be around all year, and we want to be very careful as to our positioning and how we're using these energies to help ourselves and help others, but not getting codependent with them. And then Mercury enters Aquarius on the 24th, and that's good because you're going to be really focused on your work and what you're doing. And then a positive aspect in here is Saturn is sextile Neptune, January 31st, June 18th, November 8th. This is a good energy because this is an energy where we don't get codependent with people, where we're like, I respect you, I respect what you're learning, and I know you can do it. And let's work together. And let's be practical in our vision. Let's be practical about what we're creating, what we are dreaming up. And let's see how we can make it real. Saturn wants to make your dreams real. And that's exact January 31st, which is a great way to end the month. And then again, June 18th. And then the final sextile will be November 8th. 2019, which is awesome. So for those of you open for love, I mean, your area of love is wide open. And, you know, although you do have Saturn there, which can be an age difference or someone who's a lot of work. And, you know, it just depends on, you know, where you want to, you know, place your energy. And Pluto is there too. So, you know, it can be a bit challenging to, you know, meet someone who's a real match or really good for you, but anything is possible. I see more of it in the area of your own creativity and your creative self-expression and what you're doing for you and how you're taking care of you. It doesn't mean you can't have fun and play. You absolutely can. You'd still have Neptune in that area of relationships that you want to be careful that you're not, you know, picking up the stray dog, the 3-legged dog, thinking you can nurse him or her into the ideal partner, because that's what Neptune makes us believe. And it's being challenged by Jupiter. So be aware. And for those of you coupled, you know, this is a good time for you to be doing something creative together, maybe even doing a sport together, doing something that you're focused on and sharing the activity with each other. Doing something together that's fun, that gets you outdoors, that is great exercise, anything that you put your energy into together, and really work on seeing the other person's perspective, seeing the other person's point of view. That can help with this Jupiter-Neptune energy. Money looks good, and this is about you finding a new approach to what you monetize and being open to that. Be open to new avenues of prosperity for yourself, new ways of creating wealth, building wealth. I'm not seeing any challenges in the career area. This is really a very big focus on your creative self-expression, thinking about what it is you want to do, planting those creative seeds, because they're going to build over the next 20 years, releasing yourself of duties and obligations that no longer serve you. It's not about holding yourself back in any way. It is really about you being brave, being bold, being ready for anything, going with the flow, doing what you want to do, doing what works for you. And things are going to open up in a major way for you. Saturn is the one that brings you what you really want. It may not be today. It might be, tomorrow or next year. It has to do with everyone's personal timing, but he is the one that delivers what you want. And he does it by step, doing the work and building what needs to be built to get you to what you want. Spiritually, especially at that Leo moon, take that time to meditate. Take that time to be quiet. Take that time to listen, to rest, and recharge your batteries. And you'll be feeling great in here in January. So thank you for listening. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plusing my videos. I don't know if we have Google Plus anymore, but Virgo, you're rocking awesome. And thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps to support the channel, and it lets you know when I upload. And I also I'm getting ready to launch my Wealthy Biz Goddess Master course, and I'm doing a free webinar with it, free webinar series. And if you want to learn more about that, you can sign up for my email. The link is below, and when you do, you get the 7 Secrets to Magic Money Making as my gift to you. And I would love to see you on the inside. So until next time, Virgo, be ready for anything.